My friend showed me this tour thing, and now he's missing. If I'd known what would happen after checking this out, I would have never agreed to go to Dave's house. It was 1:45 and I had work tomorrow morning, but the way he urged me to come over piqued my interest. Alex, bro, I think I discovered the best thing ever. Come check this shit out. That was all it took. Okay, I know. It doesn't take much for me to get hooked on something. I jumped in the car and headed over to his house in the middle of the night. When I got there, he was sitting on his front porch in the dark. His dog Ruffles was rolling around on the ground in the grass. Hey dude, glad to see you. Come on, let me show you this, Dave said. I nodded and gave Ruffles a scratch or two behind the ears, then followed him. We went inside and he grabbed 2 cans of Miller Lite from the fridge, tossing one to me. I followed him into the computer room and we sat down at his desk. He unlocked the desktop and what I could see was normal at first. Recycle bin, Microsoft Edge, all the basic stuff that comes with a computer nowadays. But then I saw it, a little purple icon. Tor, I said aloud. Dave chuckled. Tor indeed, my friendo. He double-clicked the icon and we were greeted by a white web browser. It almost looked as if it was a cut and paste Chrome. I glanced at Dave. Dude, you dragged me all the way out here to show me a new browser? He only shook his head and proceeded to copy and paste a string of letters and numbers into the web bar. In a matter of seconds, a page popped up showing various drugs, guns, and even an ad for a hitman. Okay, what the fuck, Dave? This isn't funny. So what? I can go watch YouTube and get all this same stuff. Dave glanced at me and smiled. He cracked his knuckles and went back to scrolling through the site. We can buy a shit ton of drugs off this website. It says it's only $50 for some mushrooms and shit, he said. Want to throw down and go half? I chuckled nervously. Bro, you're joking, right? I asked. He shrugged and continued clicking away, adding various drugs to the cart. MDMA, cocaine, ecstasy. The total kept going higher and higher. Finally, he got to a point and I think he was pretty satisfied with his shopping, and the final number was around $550. David, what the fuck? I muttered as I watched him enter his card info. He didn't even glance up from the screen as I watched him enter his address into the fields. Finally, he pressed submit and the screen went black. We both sat and stared at our reflections in the darkness before it finally lit back up. We were looking at something or someone in a room. Text that looked like it was straight out of Cosmic Sand scrolled across the screen and said, "Thank you for your purchase. A representative will be with you soon." Dave looked at me. Well, that was simple. Now we wait. We're gonna get so fucked up at this party next weekend. I was pissed. He had me drive here to watch him buy drugs off the internet, per Dave's usual. I'm out, shithead, I scoffed. Thanks for wasting my night. See you in the office tomorrow. With that, I got up and left. The drive home was quiet and I didn't get any apologizes from Dave. No text, no call. I set my alarm for 6 a.m. and at some point I fell asleep. I got to work at 7:48 a.m., 12 minutes before I was supposed to clock in. I grabbed my morning coffee and sat at my desk and logged into our chat service. Okay, Martha, here. Kyle, here. Brian, here, unfortunately. Dave. Where the hell is he? I couldn't find him anywhere in the online menu. Oh well, he's probably running late again because he drank too much last night. I can't wait to tell him he ordered $500 worth of drugs that he probably won't ever see. Day went by as normal except no Dave. He never called, never texted me, or anyone for that matter. When I got off work, I headed over to his place immediately. It was a 45-minute drive from our office to his house. I never did this unless I was worried about him. When I pulled into Dave's driveway, I knew something was wrong right away. It was 8:22 p.m. He should be home, especially considering he didn't come to work today. The lights were off and his dog was nowhere to be seen. Ruffles was normally in the yard on a stake every night, and where was his car? My stomach tightened and I got out of my car. I pulled my phone out and dialed Dave's number. It rang once, twice, 3 times. The number you are trying to reach has been disconnected. Please redial and try again. What? How could that even be possible? He just got that damn phone. I walked up to his front door and peeked inside. The house was pitch black. I couldn't see anything aside from some old bread he'd left sitting out on the kitchen table. I was about to knock when I realized the front door was unlocked. I turned the handle and the door creaked open. I stepped inside and gently called out, "Hey Dave, it's Alex. Just doing a little wellness check, bro." No answer. "Ruffles? Ruffles? Come here, boy," I called out. Nothing. No collar clanging around, no claws on tile. But the smell, my God. I thought something had crawled in from the outside and died under the porch. It reeked of metal, almost like if I shoved a penny or two up my nose. I walked deeper into the house. The smell only got stronger as I got closer to the computer room. I couldn't find Dave or his dog anywhere. It was like he just packed his stuff and left. I finally approached the computer room and grabbed the doorknob. At this point, I was overwhelmed by this metallic sewage stench. My stomach knotted, and I felt my lunch from earlier start boiling. I turned the knob, and my jaw dropped. Hanging from the ceiling was Ruffles. He was cut vertically from his tail all the way to his neck. There was a pool of blood below him, and a piece of paper was sitting neatly folded on the desk. I gagged. This couldn't be happening. This wasn't real. I staggered over to the note and picked it up. Scrawled in the worst handwriting I think I've ever read was one line: "You shouldn't have came here." I didn't know what else to do. Sometimes when I have these moments, I can just call a friend. Sometimes I can drown myself in a bottle of Jack. But this was something I had to handle on my own. Alex wasn't around to save me this time. They already got Ruffles. What do I do now that my life is over?